Now let's talk about how to start your very first stitches of a new project, because beginning your very first piece of yarn on a new project, there's a little special trick that you have to do only this very first time when you're beginning. And here's what it is. You're going to bring the needle up from the back, and then you're going to pull the yarn through until there's about 1.5 inches tail on the back of the canvas, and hold that in place with your fingers, and then begin making your first stitches. And I'm going to talk in the next video in more detail about how to actually do this stitch, but for now I just want to point out that I'm stitching right over that yarn tail as I make my first stitches, and I will continue to stitch over it until the yarn tail is fully covered. And this really is the equivalent of tying a knot. I said earlier that we never tie any knots in Bargello, and that's because knots can sometimes create lumps or bumps that are visible in your work. So this is a great way to secure the yarn without any knots, and yes, it really is secure. It won't unravel. So I'm just going to keep stitching until I've stitched all the way following my pattern. I'll just keep stitching until I've completely covered that tail in the back.